Alright, so I need to get this guy in here, the coaching session going before I start playing for the day. I'm not doing the ADC coaching anymore. I actually don't even know what lane I'm coaching today at all. Just delete that. Interesting. Hopefully it is something really interesting, like not top lane. Like anything but top lane would be awesome. This guy on. Ah, shit. I'll probably give this guy about 5-10 minutes. Mentally prep for a game. If he's not ready by then, I'm just going to get in one. In the meantime, my saving grace, Factorio. How's everybody's day going? Got this haircut that makes me look like I have a fucking bowler on my head. All Korean ladies down at the shop really know how to get it done. Oh shit, it's still going well. This is redundant. Oh, that's not good. Oh boy. How's that even happening? What the fuck? Yeah, didn't think so. Weird ass shit. Oh, well, that's not good. I have way too much coal in here. Are you ready, man? Cool. Yeah, let me save this shit. Oh shit, I'm not doing that. Hang on. Confusing myself. Alright, so do you not have Skype? Alright, so do you not have Skype? I'm not sure if it went through. Okay, let me pull up Skype. I didn't see it. Hopefully I literally just didn't see it though. Okay. Holy shit, no thanks. Can I just fucking go? Thank you. Jesus Christ. You send it to this one? If so, I do not have it. Did you do live Grand Theft Auto though? The live part's important. You do it just like that? Hey, what's up, Lana? Good to see you again. I got like the world's shittiest haircut. Don't look at me. Jared Fishkin, Charlotte, U.S. Right on. With the Z as the profile picture. This is gonna be cancerous. Oh boy. It's not that bad. The fact that you have to say that it's not that bad inherently means that it's to some degree bad. I'm gonna have this shit redone. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh my god, you hang up on me and then call me back and what, expect me to answer? Is this a joke? Are you male? It's a strong female tactic. Just shave my head completely. I did back in the day. It doesn't look bad. Oh, you call it at the same time? Another strong female tactic. Oh my god. Okay. So, yeah, just send me the file over messages if you can fit it. I mean, if it doesn't fit, just make it fit. Holy shit. Yeah. I'm trying to coach this guy if he'll ever send me his fucking raffle files. Roll on floor laughing, bro. Raffle. League's biggest joke. Alright. I've already exceeded my maximum amount of phone calls for the day. This is Grant's hot dog stand. How may I take your order, sir, ma'am? No? No hot dog? Hot Dogs USA? Hot Dogs Incorporated? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? What is this? You entered Plat 3 last season as a female, you're already in like the top 0.01%. Like, not to be gender specific, but of females, those that are in medium to high plat are like master or challenger tier males. So, got that going for you. Okay. You can hear me. But of course, you won't talk back, so it's going to be one of those creepy coaching sessions like I did with Lersingo, where he's probably fapping in the background the whole time. Oh yeah, just like that, Kaisa. Fucking fap it. Alright, just... It's all good. Just send me the raffle file and figure it out as we go along, because I can play it from my side. You rage quit League? Oh my god. I've rage quit League like 5 times now. The worst 5 days of my life. Well, worst 5 hours of my life. Oh, wait, what position do you play as a female? You support? You know what I've never met is a female jungler. Yeah, I've met, I think, female everything except top lane mains and jungle mains. Yeah, I've never met a single one. Maybe it's just like some weird stereotypical, I don't know. A jungle mid main. See, alright. We found one. Shit. We should duo. I need some more solid e-girl jungle in my life. Yo. Where the fuck is this raffle file at? Where can you find the file? Okay, so you open up your League of Legends client. I don't know if you're looking on my Twitch or not. Up here on the right-hand side, yep, you have it saved in your match history. That's good. So up on the right-hand side, you're going to go to Settings. You're going to scroll down on the left-hand side, and you're going to go to Replays under In-Game. This is your Replays location, where it's located on your computer. You'll go into that file on your computer, pull it out, and then send it to me on Skype. Shoe on head. This is like the most stereotypical e-girl account I've ever seen. Damn, girl, you need to play more League. 3 games in 6 days? Hang on. I'm going to update this. I really hope it's not 3 games in 6 days. Okay. 4 games in 6 days. Oh my god. Alright, let's just look at ranked. You gonna play ranked this season? Oh my god. I mean, I guess you had to, but 70 games, a 47% win rate. Yes, this is winning. Everything about this account is just winning. Oh my god. Yeah, Cassio though. Cassio's strong as hell right now. I'm not gonna lie. Sure. Okay, get off me. Downloads. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, why did it send it to my app data folder? Fuck this, man. God, I hate that shit. Okay. Whatever. That one's from yesterday. I think all those thing goes. Okay, I'm just gonna view this and we'll go ahead and get it started. You don't use Skype much, probably in your settings. Just food for thought. You went 0-10 in provisionals? Holy shit. You still placed in gold though, so I mean, got that going for you. I went 9-1. No, I went 10-0 in my provisionals. I placed gold 5. Yeah. Alright, so it looks like we're Zed, based off of the profile picture and the correlation between your online screen name and the name in game of the Zed player. So we're gonna watch this. Is this the correct game, by the way? I can't see you on Skype anymore, so. Ow! My fucking knee. Bro. Let you get back on Twitch? Okay, I actually can see you're typing. Right on. I didn't know that. Cool. I'm gonna move this way over there because it's distracting. Like way over there. Okay, there we go. Alright, this is it, huh? Lower down HUD. Wait, would you start? Longsword refillable. And she started Dorn's Ring. Hang on. Before we do this, let's do this. This is like the blowjob before the sex, right? This is part of the experience. Alright, op.gg. These just can't have one without the other. Yikes. Am I looking at the same one? Oh my, was this a 15% win ratio on a Zir? Holy shit. Alright, looks like we were a Dirty Zoe main. Probably, what, before she got buffed? Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Okay, so we fell off of Zoe. We seem to have more consistency with ADC. This is... that is kind of inconsistent. Kind of inconsistent. You play ADC with a friend. Is this friend boosting you at ADC? I mean, these KDAs are insane compared to the rest of your layout. Yeah, I mean, if he's not a Smurf and he's not boosting you, I'm just going to be completely honest and say it. I mean, it looks like you're underperforming in every role except ADC. Even in the bad ADC games, it seems like you're still performing pretty well. And yeah, I mean, you're gold 5, so you're going to have some level of inconsistency anyway, and a rather obscure CSing pattern. Yeah, really obscure. So you don't know, like, really how to trade in lane, pretty much? No! Absolutely stop playing Zoe. She's a trash champ right now. She works at lower elos just the way that Zed does. I would actually say in lower elos, Zed is probably easier to take advantage of. Okay, so we need to be more consistent in our champion pool. I like this MF pick. I don't like the difficulties that surround Xayah. Jhin can be a pretty straightforward champ. If you've played this much Zoe, maybe just continue to play her. I mean, I don't think that she's better than Zed or anyone else in this elo. She got gutted. The champion's basically trash right now. But if you know her that well and you can abuse her at this elo, then continue to do so until you level off. I think Lux is a much better mid laner for someone who's just looking to climb. It's just stereotypical. If you're looking to beat people that are better than you, play Lux. Okay, so let's stick with Lux. You can play Zoe if you want. This is backup in mid, because she looks pretty solid. And then stick with ADC. If you're having these KDAs on Xayah because you're good at Xayah, then continue to play Xayah. But it's because your friend is like a monster Silver 2 support player, then you might need to reconsider that, rethink that. Okay, so we'll move back on to the VOD review. I'd like to see you guard top side here, like right there specifically. Oh, cool, it pings, like a little ghost ping. Right on. Not necessarily because I have an invade comp, but I just don't like, I don't like to see you not doing anything at any point in the game. And what summon did Cassio take? She took exhaust, it's probably pretty standard. So, I mean, if she's going to stand out to the side of the minion wave like that, you might as well move over and attempt to poke with Q. Early game Cassio, the nerf is too much, especially the way that minion aggro changes with ability power or ability damage. It doesn't really matter if she walks up and takes a 1E trade and then you back off like you did because she's going to take as much damage from creeps as she gave to you. So it actually works out in your favor because she lost health and mana and you only lost health. I want to see you thin this wave out a little more. Like, it's good that it's crashing into you, but this is setting up for a bounce. Yeah. You take E second. I would have started W second just because you were shoved in. You could have at least made a solid trade. Or if you're going to take E second, then you should use it more defensively instead of just taking all the harass. Plus the W allows her some pretty nice outplay with her Q. Oh, that, yes, okay. Oh my god. Alright, so there, we definitely need to work on, like, patterns of movement and prediction. So, hang on, I'll wait till it gets back to the part. I'm trying to see. Alright, so this shadow should be thrown here. Alright, because what it does is it forces her into a corridor. See how she's already along the side of this wall? If you throw the shadow directly at this corner, then she can't really do much. If she walks towards the shadow, she's going to take at least one Q, an E, and then you Wing to your shadow to auto attack, and then you're going to walk out and win the trade hands down. If she moves to the right, you're going to throw the shadows here, like to the side, diagonally, almost like from this corner, straight to this minion. And what that does, well, to here. What that does is it takes one shuriken here and the other shuriken there. And it makes a triangle effect, and it makes it almost impossible for her to dodge. Alright, are you getting what I'm saying? Like, is it making sense? Yeah, okay. Good. Because what you do here is you actually throw the shadow past her, thinking she's just going to continue to walk faster than your shadow can move out at level 3, and just not going to happen. So this is a very winnable trade. And this is a strong mistake that she made in lane, that you can actually like reciprocate these kinds of effects. Because people will continue to make these kinds of effects all the way until low diamond. You actually miss your electrocute proc off of this is the problem. Your movements in lane aren't staggered at all. You need to work on like pocket staggering. I did a huge like basically excerpt for this. That was nice. In the video that I did yesterday, if you didn't see it, let's see. So you're doing it the entire time, so I can just go over it right now. It's not a big deal. Okay, so fuck you. Get off me. Alright. I don't like you. There we go. Okay. So, just lay it out just like we did yesterday, right? So here are the, basically, pockets of the lanes. Alright, if we lay this out like a chessboard. And their Singo had the same problem. And most everybody in the low elo has the same problem. They don't understand what the problem is because they can't see the problem. That's how I'll lay the problem out for you. Alright. So in a Zed Cassio matchup, she gets outplayed pretty hard around level 6. So until then, she has more or less free roam, depending on if W's up or not. But after 6, she's going to want to play in this pocket. So this is more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, this is like as far as she wants to go. And realistically, like, probably not any further than this. Okay? So that's how the lane gets manipulated out later. But right now, it's more or less just dependent on if you have W. So the longer that you can hold W but still pose a threat, the more of a threat you are in lane, and the more easier it's going to be for you to CS. So where was I? Okay, so you walking in between pockets, right? So you're literally walking from point A in pocket to point B in this pocket, and then you're going to this pocket. And you're going to this pocket, and your movement patterns become really predictable, and it's a reason you're being hit with so many Qs in lane. So what you can do is stagger like between pockets, and you just constantly, you know, mouse flicker rotate. So like if this is your character right here, then my mouse is clicking here and here constantly, and then here constantly, and it's just like a completely randomized pattern. Of course, it's not random, It's almost impossible for the human brain to create random circumstances like that, but at the same time, you want to keep it as randomized as possible, and it's at least random enough in the sense that the enemy mid laner can't predict your movements. So with the movements that you're doing right now are too fluid. They're too like symmetrically in line because the whole human dynamic of the brain revolves around pattern recognition, and you're presenting the enemy human brain with a pattern. So like, you know, a little bit of League of Legends psychology, don't do that. Let's be honest here. You're playing Zed. You probably shouldn't be missing the CS. This is one of the easiest mid laners. Like, she's not harassing you. So he's one of the easiest mid laners to actually CS with. I would have probably thrown it down a little further. Just because she's going to want to move away from the shadow. Alright, so this ward right here is actually really poor. So it's got about, you can't actually see the timer on it. But either way, by the time that this ward sees what's coming from over here, you're already dead. Especially with your W being down. For how much longer? Yeah, so your W is about, what, half cooldown right now? Or is that just the animation? I can't tell. Either way, you just use W in lane, and so this ward cannot properly cover the Fog of War from top side. Which, Warwick's on bot right now. But at the same time, if Warwick's on bot, you're hugging this side appropriately, but this side should be warded. You shouldn't even present Warwick the opportunity, because if Warwick were to wrap around, you're dead. If he were to wrap around from here, you're dead. And so you had trying to play around your vision, right? So if this is warded here, and you want to play it in like any one of these pockets from this point forward, then you can do that. But playing in this manner, you're just asking to be ganked. And especially since you're Zed and people think that you're going to tilt if you die, which is probably not untrue. Probably be extra cautious. So what you're doing is you're shoving in the enemy laner. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I used to do it a lot when I was lower elo looking to climb. Is you're shoving in the enemy laner and taking advantage of the fact that they don't know how to CS under turret. So Cassio is spending endless amounts of mana CSing under turret because she doesn't know how to CS without blowing her entire mana pool. This fails to become effective at higher elos. The higher you go, the less effective this becomes. And you'll find players that won't be able to play this way. Alright, so now you're letting it bounce back to you, which doesn't necessarily make sense considering that you know that Warwick's on bot side. You're not trying to play too defensive. She doesn't have any mana. You should be playing forward in this lane at this point. Like, it's not good to shove her into turret and get into that habit of thinking you can just beat people by making them expend their mana pool. But if she is doing that, then play accordingly. Yeah, see, your movements are just really fluid. Like, it's very easy to predict where you're going. Yo, what's up, Ryman? No, okay. You should definitely have W to this. That's fine. Yeah. And a lesser enemy mid laner might have succumbed to you Wing to your shadow. Nice. Yeah, I was about to say you shouldn't be able to get that. You just have a strong lack of vision overall. We've set, what, one ward in 6.5 minutes, almost? And it won't get punished so hard in this elo, but as you begin to climb, and like, especially higher gold, it's just really camp heavy. Lower plat's really camp heavy as well. They just find a lane and sit on it, and it's typically mid. It's typically mid or top, just because they're solo lanes and they're easier to kill, and so they just, you know, they rail the lane over and over again until they get the tower. Alright, so coming out, we see that top lane just got shit pushed in. Warwick's rotating over to blue. Your Wukong's on top side of the map and bot shoved in. So we know that Cassio has no sums. You have flash. It should make a kill in lane really easy, or a rotation of bot really easy. See, this is a really poor ward by her as well, and this can be exploited by Wukong. I mean, look at all of this fog of war that he has to move around in if he wanted to come off the top side and make another gank. At this point, this becomes more of a wave manipulation battle, so she wants to stay behind the flames, like in generality, right? Like a general frame of speaking, and you want to keep her forward of the flames. The distance between the enemy mid laner and the turret, oh my god. Okay. The minion auto. But you see what I'm talking about? The distance between the enemy mid laner and the turret actually becomes a measurement of time. It becomes a measurement of how much time you have to kill them. And so the further they are away from their turret, the easier it is for you to accomplish your job as an assassin. Yeah, I think agree with you blowing flash against the Warwick here. I don't think you were dead. I could be wrong, but yeah, his jungler should be helping him with vision, but in this elo, you can't rely on your jungler to help you with things like that. You can't rely on your jungler to help you with things like a 4-man bot rotation at 7 minutes in the game. You can do that in higher plat and lower diamond, which is why I actually find it easier to carry on my main. I find it actually extremely difficult to carry in gold and silver, where you have to 1v9 and go like 10-0 every laning phase to be able to be relevantly impactful. But as it stands, nice. As it stands, this is the elo that he's at, and so he needs to play accordingly. And he needs to play like he's going to get no help, because he won't. Not for the most part, anyways. Alright, and it's at this point that most mid lane assassins actually start to fall off. Because they get this lead, they get fed, and they don't know how to extend their lead throughout the map. So right here, I would either hit turret or back. Are we in Vision of Warwick? Yeah. I don't think we have Vision of Warwick here, so a bot lane rotation is really bad. Okay. I was about to say, like, beginning of the Dragon Pit, maybe this bush, if you get to this bush or the beginning of Dragon Pit opening, and you see the bot lane isn't really in an opportunity that's very gankable, then it starts to become irrelevant for you to continue that gank. So we just need to go, shove out mid-turret, establish priority. She's going to have enough sustain soon enough that it'll be harder to kill her. And where we have better concentration around the map in other areas, and our efforts are better spent in other areas of the map than mid lane. Because you can stay mid and beat down the 0-3 Cassiopeia all day, but eventually she's going to scale. She's a late game champion, and she's eventually going to have an item pool that will make her relevant. Alright, so just W this, instant clear the wave, and look to roam to, it looks like, either wave really isn't in a bad spot. You've got about 18 seconds up on your ult, and so it's almost perfect. Alright, so we opt in for the bot lane, which kind of turned out to be bad because Warwick's on bot side. Going off of wolves. Either way, it's not bad, it's preventative, so if you would roam to top side here and Warwick was able to take Mountain Drake, it could have proved really disastrous for something like the Teemo split push later in the game. It's not a bad rotation, but this needs to be cleared like constantly all the time. You always need to have mid priority when you're this far ahead. You either need to have mid priority when you're this far ahead, or you need to be freezing it so close to your turret that every time that she comes up to CS, you just kill her. I also don't really agree with you rushing Edge of Night. It should have been a Miasma. Not a Miasma. Not her W. It should have been a Hex Drinker. Like, the orange toothpick thingy that makes it impossible to die to mages. That. Or, did I say Edge of Night? No, I'm sorry. I'm high. Duskblade. Yo, auto the minion, Nasus. You have life still. Like, inherently. You have life still. Okay. And it looks like we're going into a mall now. A little late in my opinion. Especially given how much AP they have. Warwick does a decent amount of magic damage. But with his ult, Teemo has a lot of AP. And then so does support in mid lane. But this is where we start to find ourselves falling off, right? Because things are happening around the map, and Zed's not a part of it because either Zed's being focused, his lane's being taken up, he's not roaming. Not a bad combo. You were only able to do this because she didn't have ult. Well, and she's probably too bad that even if she did have ult, you wouldn't have been able, or she wouldn't have been able to stun you under turret. So when I play against Zed as Cassiopeia, there's a mechanic that when he comes out of ult, if he is clicking on you, it'll make his character model face towards you when he comes out of the shadow, from his ult shadow. And you can actually time this with this ult landing in a pretty perfect sequence, and you can stun him instantly, and it becomes unavoidable. Nice. All right. And it looks like we eventually established influence around the map. We take the text, which is I really agree with. Don't think Nash should stay, especially given that they have a Warwick jungle, but that's not something that you can really control. You should probably just be spam pinging him back at this point. You should have backed after this because mid was in a pretty good spot because you need your maw. All right, you need to be able to start not ever worrying about dying to mid lane again. We have not had a single mid lane ward that was not in top side brush. This is unbelievable. So even this ward, right, is better placed right here because you can see all of this field of vision. Okay, there's no way he's getting to you if you place this ward here. You can see all the way to the wall. All right, this ward, if it's placed here, sees all the way to this wall and sees all the way to this wall. Like it becomes impossible for you to be ganked from this side unless he were to take some really weird obscure path and then wrap all the fucking way back around your jungle and then come all the way through just to gank you. And at that point, it becomes so inefficient, and he's wasted so much time skipping camps and the amount of gold that he's lost just to take a really weird obscure gank path to kill you that the gold actually doesn't level out for him. The only benefit to that is he makes you under leveled to the enemy mid laner, but that's only considering that he doesn't tax, he doesn't stay around for the mid laner to clear the wave, and he doesn't press the turret. And if he does any of those, then they're going to be sharing XP, and it's not really going to bring him to a deficit anyways, or it's not going to bring you to a deficit anyway. So if we keep wards like this, because in League you have opportunities that are presented to each team, and what you're doing when you establish vision are essentially stunting those opportunities, and so you're trying to take those away, and so you present them with a choice. All right, if you ward here, then they're either going to have to walk right through a ward and hope to God that you're not looking at your map, which in Gold 5 you just might as well not be, or they're going to have to walk all the way around and hope to God that they do kill you, because if for some God-forsaken reason they don't, and they've taken that really obscure gank path, and now they're fucked because they're so far behind in XP and level. So it's all we're really doing is presenting people with a choice. That's why I like to take my pink and ward here and then ward here, because if you ward here, then they can't wrap around, like they can't even take blasting plant into your bottom side of your jungle here, and so you become basically almost ungankable, and from here as well, so you can see all the way to the wall, and then even this ward kind of becomes viable. If you want to take pinks and place them into the brushes here and then here, this establishes a lot of vision control for your jungler, so they know that they can come and sit in this bush without being scared of being spotted. So me personally, like, see this ward, it kind of occludes this part of the map here, and it's shadowy, and so the fog of war, it's not seeing any ward that's here. So if this was a pink, right, the pink would need to be placed right about here, right off the wall, that way they could see any ward that was occupying this space here, and you could go and clear it out for your jungler. So this becomes more of a jungler specific matchup, but right now Wukong should be doing anything but focusing mid. So your priorities here: establish mid lane priority, or your objectives are to establish mid lane priority, and then extend your lead and roam to other lanes, or kill your lane or take your tower and extend. Either way, but as it stands right now, your team is kind of even on kills and CS, or on kills at least. You're actually behind in gold, so I would recommend roaming to other lanes and getting them fed. This is the worst thing to do, is try to win a game solo fed as an assassin. This shouldn't happen. You should be rotating more quickly to this. Yeah, okay. You see bot lane disappear, you actually see them in vision. This just becomes preventative at this point. You more or less just show your face. Okay, yeah, and if they do something stupid, then this is how you take care of it. So it's how you have to view this elo. is people are so bad here that no matter what, they will make mistakes that allow you to catch up. It's not like I have to make a play or I'll never get a kill. No, these players are going to allow you to just walk up and get kills on them at some point. I mean, you've even seen me do it, and I'm low diamond. Like, I get bait into tower diving all the time, and players will continue to do that all the way up until mid to high diamond, and then they start to fall off. That's why I get scared of diamond too. It's like, God damn it, they're never gonna die. But in this elo, people are so bad, they're trash. They will just hand you kills. All right. So we established mid lane priority. We're backing now. We got bot. If nothing else, bot lane now has assists. They have as many assists as the enemy bot lane has kill wise. As far as gold goes, they're pretty caught up. They're behind a little bit, but it's not significant. Yeah, should be backing. Okay. Alright, we see top still pushed in. What? Oh, okay. I thought that said 12 stacks. I was about to have a goddamn aneurysm. Holy shit. Okay. 12 stacks at 15 minutes. Shit, even 120 is kind of bad. He going against Teemo. What's he building? Okay. We have our Maw, so this is fun. With Warwick showing up, it's not fun. Yep, there you go. Good. I don't agree with going back in here. Okay. Yep, just leave. All you're doing is allowing Nasus to farm the wave or to not have it shoved in to the point where he can't rotate. Because he's not strong right now. This instantly becomes like a lost fight. Because you roaming to top isn't to get the kill. You roaming to top is to basically escort Nasus through the laning phase. And anybody can do this. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a Soraka or a Janna coming in to provide your top lane Nasus with shields. Okay, you can do it as an assassin by backing off the enemy laner. God, that Twitch is bad. He just eats everything, doesn't he? Okay. So Warwick's on our bot side. We should be looking to establish vision in the jungle. Mainly because you're the only one that's really ahead significantly. You need to be buying more pinks. So vision is one of the largest objectives in this game. I dare say it's better than kills or even XP. Because you can't do anything without vision safely without being punished. And people don't know this, and so they do things and get away with it and then try to do it again and it doesn't work and they don't understand why. So diving the enemy mid laner at 250 with no wards and then getting away with it because the enemy jungler did a full clear and now you do it next game and you instantly lose. It's not really realistic. So just make sure that whatever you're doing has a pattern of consistency and that you're consistently warding. You need to be establishing priority here, shoving this into turret as quickly as you can. That way you can roam. Like top is in a perfect position right now. So every time that you are coming out to lane, every time that you have a dull moment, like a staggering second in mid lane, your eyes are always flashing to the map. Like this needs help. Not only is the tower going to go down, but Nasus is getting poked underneath it and he can't properly farm the caddy. As soon as he goes to farm this, what do you think is going to happen? He's going to get blinded and then he's going to die to turret. Like these are things that Teemo is looking to exploit that you can in turn exploit and actually be able to, gain a significant advantage off of. I mean, he is goddamn handing you these kills. Yeah, as long as you don't magically hug this wall all the way up, then you're fine to come up here and gank. So, like mid is fine. I'm not really worried about mid, but this is the reason that low reload players typically will blame their teams for the losses. And as a mid laner, if I were playing Zed right here and we lose this game, this is 100% my fault. Okay, I agree with this dive because Wukong is here. Yeah. Okay. Again, this happened with this Cassio. This wouldn't happen with a Cassio that I play or that anyone else that knows Cassio versus Zed mechanics plays. I just keep looking at top because the opportunity is presenting itself to you over and over and over again. Bot lane, like, kind of. I mean, they're at least keeping a semi-staggered wave manipulation in bot lane, and so it can be relatively difficult to gank. But this Teemo is just asking for it, dude. He is really just asking for it the whole game, and you can have a strong impact on Nasus as a late game scaler, as Zed is a early to mid game scaler. So just keep in mind how you can exploit your champion's strengths other than how they are stereotypically played either in lane or the meta. So, priority, Rome. Yes, please and thank you. Vision's a priority. Kill the pink. Okay, thought for a second that you didn't see her. Oh my god. The Shuriken was really, really sloppy. But again, we're not looking to kill the Cassio. Alright? More than likely could have done it without your ult. And if you couldn't have, you could have still blown her exhaust. Alright, getting the tower and roaming is nice, but it comes a little too late. It just, if you had taken this turret at 15 minutes and roamed a bot, then it's fine. But now it's kind of scaling out of control because you have, what, 8 out of 11 of your kill participation in your team, and their bot lane is just raping yours. And it's not even so much that, it's just top really can't make an impact for quite some time now. So you have that to deal with. And we also walked through the pink that led to bot side river earlier and didn't even realize it was there, I guess, because we're not going back to clear it. So it's always that. Yeah, I don't agree with the top side roam here because because Dragon's up. Either way, you have mid lane priority, so you don't get punished too hard for it. Hopefully, you just immediately rotate over to the Dragon. Like, your Zed plays are pretty clean, and your ability to CS is, you know, either on par or much better than a gold 5 level. I dare say I barely see CS like this, you know, even in my elo, but it's not really about that. What it's about is the way that you manipulate the map, and you being late to Dragon here, and you not rotating to top, and you seeing those abundance of opportunities just looking you right in the face, and you're not taking advantage of them. I mean, you're just making the game a lot harder on yourself than it needs to be. Because if you apply these mechanics properly with a proper amount of macro rotation, you just win instantly. The Nasus can scale, and bot lane doesn't get so far ahead it becomes out of control. This is hilarious. Okay. What? Did Janna just ult? Okay. Gold 5, people, we made it. You should stagger this wave, if nothing else. It's good. It's that old saying, death is the best CC. Yeah, I would have actually staggered the wave and then let your wave crash in and then gone up to kill him. Because, I mean, you're not necessarily getting anything for this right now. You kill and then you back. And so it becomes a numbers game. And at the end of the day, that doesn't win games at all. Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's just, it's a pretty fundamental flaw why people can't climb. Alright, so establish mid lane priority. Should just W the wave. You don't need to wait this long. You need to extend your lead. You don't need to sit mid. You can go up, press the next wave, because it's going to meet, and you want it to shove into their turret. Because if you don't shove the next wave, then you can actually lose out on the trade. You can rotate to bot, and somebody can shove mid, and now you lose out because Nasus has to stay top. Okay. And this is all preventative, and this is fine. So you taking away their ability to do anything because you're fed and you present yourself as a threat is just as beneficial as actually doing things around the map by being a threat. So not every objective is secured in killing something. Okay, mid lane priority, roam. There's no reason the entirety of your team is so far back that, yeah, if you walk up here, you're actually, God, you just love hitting tea mushrooms. Anyways, the entirety of your team is so far back here that if you walk up in a mid lane and you overextend, you're going to die. So you need to roam. See how you don't know what to do right now? It's because you're unaware of the macro rotations. You're unaware of the importance of vision. You're unaware of the importance of side lane wave manipulation. You staying mid and pressing a wave that's already pressed is only going to cost you. And you end up, what's basically happening is you're becoming frustrated because you don't know what to do in this point of the game. The entirety of your team is further back than you would like. You're ahead and you would like to extend that lead, but you can't because your team is falling back because they're behind and you're ahead. And so what you have to do is just press this lane, establish the priority, and play safe and defend your team. But instead you overextend, they take advantage of it, and then you end up getting paid for it. What should have happened, though, if the lanes weren't gankable there, what should have happened was you should have rotated over and established vision control. I mean, it's the biggest thing right now is their ability to invade your jungle is solely based off of the fact that they're winning the vision war. And now they're winning the turret war, so the jungle isn't even yours anymore. Alright, so we see shenanigans happening on bot. You should present yourself as a threat to counter out the presence, yeah. Even if they lose this fight, you should show up to defend turret. What are we doing? What? Okay, I want to see what you're doing here. Why? Why are we staggering? Okay, so vision's an objective, yes, but it's not so much an objective as the entirety of your team is being plowed out in bot lane. Mid lane is fine right now. It's actually pushing. Top lane is pressed. Everything in the map is actually going your way except for bot, which is what you should be rotating to defend. I mean, you get lucky here. Honestly, they should have continued to press bot lane turret and punish you for it. I really would have liked to have seen them done that because you didn't learn anything from this. Unfortunately, you're going to get away with this, but it's only because it's in this elo. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. He played that poorly, you played it worse. You could have flashed away. Like, why flash towards him? Yeah, unfortunately, you dying here allows them to continue to manipulate the map around you. Like I said, they should have pressed this earlier, but the fact that they backed off and you continue to press mid-turret without having the bot lane in vision is a strong indicator that you don't know how to apply the macro. And I'm not trying to just continuously tear you up for that. It's just that regardless of whether you're a micro-insensitive player or not, you can still win based off your macro. That's legitimately all that matters in higher elo. Even Apto constantly attests to the fact that he's not mechanically inclined. And he still continues to win games because he knows how to manipulate the map. And you'll see him in games like this where he's ahead and everyone else on his team is behind. All he's doing is being preventative. All he's doing is helping his team catch up and getting free kills. Because people in this elo, like I tell you, will hand you kills. All you have to do is focus on playing perfectly to the extent that you don't die. And you will get free kills. It's amazing because I used to play just like you do. I used to be so aggressive. And then the day that I stopped doing that and I started becoming a more passive player is the day that my KDA just skyrocketed. Not only because I was dying less, but because I was gaining an intensely larger amount of kills because the enemy doesn't know how to respond to someone who plays so well defensively that they can't die. You just have to wait for them to make the first mistake. Alright, so you should be looking to clear this wave out and then rotate. Alright, specifically to guard Nasus and spam ping him the fuck off at topside. He got topside inhibitor, which is good. But at the same time, we need to make sure that he stays healthy. Because there is hope in the late game scaling with Nasus and Wukong combos. Like, Jhin doesn't necessarily fall off anymore because of Rage Blade, but at the same time, you definitely have to adopt a certain type of playstyle. Holy shit. See, Wukong is doing what you're doing, and he doesn't understand what the fuck to do. Like, look at this. Look at the opportunities there. Vision control. Vision control. Vision control. Vision control. We have goddamn Infernal Drake coming up in how long? What is this? What the fuck? Oh my god. How the fuck do you bring up? How do you bring up the drag timers? I can't remember. Whatever. Either way, okay? We have drag coming up soon. We need to be establishing vision of pits. We need to be establishing vision to the jungle entrances when we're pressed up like this, especially. Alright? When we're pressed up like this, it means that we've already taken care of all these objectives. This entrance is unwarded. This entrance is unwarded. This entrance is unwarded. And then, you know, likewise down the line, and we've actually reestablished control over the domain and territory that should be ours. Our jungle and our side of the map. But instead, we're just skipping all that, and we're cutting corners, and we're going, okay, well, we don't need to establish vision control, and we can just run in the middle of their team and do whatever we want. They know that Warwick or that Wukong isn't anywhere in here. They have vision of all of it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that he's on your side of the map. All right? Or to figure out which ones of his camps are up and where he's going to be pathing. And a lot of this falls on you. I'm specifically addressing the vision scenario here because you have the Duskblade. I mean, you have the ability to carry out the necessary means. Yep. And now Nasus is forced to stay back because he doesn't really know what to do. And to be honest, he should have a sweeper because he's against the Teemo, and he should be able to help provide vision. Either way, everyone on the team should be helping to provide pinks right now. Like, there should be no less than 5 pinks on the map at all times. I see 2. Yeah, and I dare say one of them is most likely not yours because I didn't see you set one. Oh god, what have I done? Yep, we should be looking to establish priority, then rotate over. See, one of the biggest problems is not only that you were overextended without your team, but you should be looking to play more defensively here. Just as defensive as possible. Yeah, no, I know tab, but now it's doing this stupid shit where it's not actually showing me any of this. But either way. I just don't know how to take it off of the gold value. See how they're playing this? Not overextending? That's how you need to play it. You died here. Alright? If you die here, you need to die here. Okay? I would rather you not die at all, but if you're going to die somewhere, die in front of or under your turret. Nice. I like the positioning. Yeah. I think that as soon as you killed Nami, you should have backed off more. Um, Having the ability to now take a 2v3 allows your team to poke them down more. But just by all-inning them, you allow them to play to their power of, you know, asserting the lead that they have. And at this point, the game is more or less spiraled out of control. You're not going to regain any significant advantage of this. We've addressed your problems, mostly due with macro rotations, your lack of vision, your lack of understanding of how to ward in lane, and your lack of understanding of how to not only address your lead, but how to address your team's deficiencies. You don't know how to stall the game, which would just be playing close to your turret and clearing out the waves as they come, and you don't know how to extend the lead, which would be to gain priority and then rotate to other lanes. X or O? You're right. It is X. You glorious bitch. And I say that in the most non-gender derogatory way possible. I would say that's any one of my male counterparts. God damn, 2018. To be so fucking politically correct. Okay, so end of the day, our build is interesting because Warwick's the only one that you really need to shred against. There's no Yomus here. I would like to see a Yomus before I see the Death's Dance. There's no one on their team that's going to burst you so hard that you need the Death's Dance anyways. Yeah. I dare say you need to itemize better. I don't really think you play Zed much anyways. Just based off your op.gg. Maybe you do more in normals or on another account. Because your mechanics weren't bad, but you understand what we're talking about. You just punish Cassio over and over and over in lane, and she eventually scaled anyways. And she was able to pick up her items, and now she's a late game monster that she always could have been. But she got there through stalling and was able to counteract your aggressiveness. So play more like Cassio. Don't ward like shit like she did, and then don't not rotate to jungle like she did. But end of the day, apply your same aggressive micro mechanics to your macro play and play safer. Just take those aggressions in your micro game and apply them to a safe gameplay. Okay. Either way, I need to go, I guess, grab this awesome bicep and back workout, which I'm sure I'll probably pull my back again and just do a wicked mean bicep workout. And I need to start an Instagram or something anyways, because I don't stare at myself nearly as much as I would like. But I'll probably be back on in an hour or two, and we'll end up I'll end up streaming, and I'll turn this into a video so that we can look at it again. You guys actually ended up winning this game, right? Because I mean, at this point, the win. Hang on. Yeah, okay. They ended up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they end up winning this game. They're red side, I'm sorry. I just staring at the fact that you're red. I was about to say, how the fuck did you come back from this? Yeah, that's fine. Can I view his vision score after the game? God, I don't even know if I want to. It's going to be decrepit. Oh, he has a 36 right now. Which, first of all, we have Farsight, which I don't agree with. Yeah, we ended the game with the 37 because I guess he set it down right at the end. We need to do a better job of visioning in appropriate places, and we need to do a better job of actually fine-tuning our vision item. I mean, you getting a sweeper here is optimal. Probably Jin's the only one that should have a Farsight totem, and only then should it really be used for Baron or Dragon control. When you're behind, you either want to keep your sweeping lens, or you want to keep the basic ward, because what happens if you're behind and they just walk through every bush on your side of the map and they find all your Farsight totem, now you have no vision. Whereas if they walk through your regular wards, unless they have a vision, defiant ability like, Zed with the Duskblade, or someone has a sweeping lens, then it becomes very difficult for them to actually clear out your vision as effectively. So see, I'm gonna stop recording now, so I'll turn this into a video later and then upload it to YouTube so you can look back over it. I'll be in chat for a few more minutes, so my pre-workout can hit me and I don't die on the way over to the gym. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to let me know. I'll probably be back on in hour and a half, somewhere around there. All right. I'll see you guys then.